Last time on the Wizard Scroll.
Ladies, gentlemen, and the rest, your winner and the new Super Arena Champion of Pineville, Jinjax Lizardman. Not if I have anything to say about it, and I do. I need that belt, you slimy little salamander, and you're gonna give it to me. No.
This time on the Wizard Scroll. How's it hanging, ladies and folks? My name is Chris RR Bauso, and this is my show. You're about to hear the 21st chapter of my ongoing sword and sorcery narrative. A story written, read, performed, and edited, all with your ear holes in mind. But don't concern yourself with going back to catch up quite yet, because this episode, like every episode, just so happens to be the perfect jumping on point. And then, once you're hooked, feel free to go back and check out previous episodes of the show while you wait for the next one to drop. But for now, all I need you to do is sit back, relax, and allow me to unfurl the Wizard Scroll. The championship belt clung tightly to the Lizardman's waist. The belt, that telltale sign of martial prowess, a MacGuffin the likes of which would allow its wearer to win over the hearts and minds of all who gazed upon it, and do it simply by just standing there. So that's exactly what that man-sized iguana did. Wordlessly, he eyed Rah'd'ny up and down, as those 200,000 screaming fans just went fucking bananas, as he lowered into a fighting stance and shifted his chameleon eyes to fixate directly into Rah'dny's own. Ready to defend his prize. Ready to demonstrate to this new challenger all the cold-blooded killer instinct that had earned him the dang thing in the first place.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Have at ye! I literally cannot believe what I am seeing here! 2 championship matches in one night! That's a new record, people!
Y'all ready for this?
And this new guy ain't no slouch either! Would you look at that kingly physique? They're really going at it now! That sword arm of his looks more than capable of cutting a man in twain! But Jinjax is just too cagey! He's dodging, he's bobbing, he's weaving, and his lightning-quick tail swipes are keeping the challenger at bay! Holy fucking shit! Rah'd'ny just chopped the champion's tail off!
I know full well of your lizard tricks, you lizard prick! With his one remaining hand, the warrior hoisted Jinjax into the air by his thin, spindly little neck, clutched the creature's windpipe, and squeezed.
I'm choking! Oh, the Lizardmanity! Rah'dny as the champion in a one-handed chokehold! This could be the end for our beloved Jinjax, folks! Bangarang! Jinjax frees himself with the Lizardman tongue punch!
Then he backflipped out of his grasp, did a quadruple axel and another backflip before landing into a full split some yards away.
And he sticks the landing! Whoa, Nelly! Did you see that? Somebody from the audience just tossed the champion a weapon! But Rah'dny is still on the offensive! He must really want that belt! Look at them go, people! Such a flurry of sword swings! I can hardly make out the action at all. Better whip out my binoculars to get a better view. God damn, would you look at the caboose on him? Wait, what I missed? Oh, shit! The champion is down! And Rah'd'ny kicks him in the ribs! He kicks him in the face! And the ribs again! Jinjax is down for the count, but Rah'd'ny keeps going!
Somebody stop me!
The former champion has emerged from the rubble of the previous match! And he spears Rah'dny from behind! He's got him in the STF! This could be it for Rah'dny! Will he hold out? Will he tap? I've got no fucking idea! Jinjax hits him with a steel chair to the face! Kargan is out cold!
And just as the cheers from the audience reached a roaring crescendo, Jinjax squatted down like he was about to take a standing shit. As the Lizardman's tail stump began to glow a bright, hot orange, and it regrew itself in a matter of seconds.
I'm not entirely sure what all that was about, but hey, results are results, am I right? We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show, folks. In case you're just tuning in, I'm Sergeant Chet Thunderhoof, and tonight it's a rumble in the rubble. Jinjax Lizardman versus Rah'd'ny the King Bobson for the championship belt. Our fighters have recouped a bit during that word from our sponsor, and now they're raring to get right back into the action.
The dueling continued on the flick of a beam, with Rah'dny barreling forward, swinging his sword arm this way and that, with Jinjax cagey as ever, dodging, rolling, parrying, and otherwise evading that rapid flurry of attacks. With his tail regrown to its former length and girth, Jinjax spun and swayed his hips just so, getting some good tail slaps in as he did so, forcing his opponent into a backward stagger as he bounded forward with his curved, almost circular sickle and slashed at the warrior's chest. Rah'dny's blood spurted out like a goddamn super soaker, arcing into the air and dousing a whole section of fans seated in the frontmost rows, aka the splash zone.
Ouch! That's gotta smarts! But at least our lovely patrons were all wearing their officially licensed Super Arena raincoats. All that blood will just slick right off.
You asked for it now, lizard boy!
I am a lizard man.
Jinjax made to whip his tail and stun his challenger once more, but Rah'dny knew better than to fall for that trick again. Nay, this time he was fully prepared to meet this strike with a counterattack of his own. So he did just that. He caught Jinjax's tail with his one remaining hand. He pulled and he spun in place like a giant Beyblade.
Rah'dny's got him by the tail. Oh, jeez. Jinjax is flailing about like a fish out of water. And the challenger shows no signs of letting up. He's spinning around and around and around. I say if he gets going much faster, yeah! And so long gay Bowser he goes! Up! 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 Into the scoreboard! Ladies, gentlemen, and the rest, your winner and the new Super Arena Champion of Pineville! I'm running out of fucking breath up here. It's Rah'd'ny, the King Bobson!
Rah'd'ny stood victorious in a triumphant power pose, fireworks exploding in the background above him, as a comely dwarf maiden complete with beard descended from the rafters. She had removed the belt from Jinjax's cold, twitching body and presently bestowed it to Rah'd'ny, wrapping it snug about his waist as she kissed the warrior on the cheek. The new champion then took a hold of the microphone and began to speak.
I am King Rah'd'ny, son of Bob the Benevolent, rightful heir to the fallen empire of man. And I'm fucking pissed off! Pissed because the Lich Queen invaded my home and made it lousy with undead pricks. And you know what really grinds my gears? They come in here, they kill all your friends turn into more skelemen. As we all know, it's a very vicious cycle. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be that way anymore? You see this sword arm I got here? Well, just the other week, Goblin Jesus deep-throated this shit, bestowing it with the power to vanquish that Lich once and for all. For real this time. Let me ask right now, who among you is also pissed the fuck off that Skelemen invaded your town, killed your friends and neighbors and turned them into Skelemen also? Who among the rowdiest crowd in all the Tiger Woods thinks that we should bring the fight to them? That we should settle the score right the frick now!
About at this point, the skelemen in the audience were all sitting there like, they were just sitting there like, I don't think that's a good idea. Okay. But it was far too late already. Namely because everybody else had just begun dogpiling them.
Then let's start a mother-flippin' revolution!
Cut to down beneath the stadium. Down into the catacombs they descended, like a colony of ants invading their rival's burrow, with Rah'd'ny leading the charge. He immediately suplexed 3 skelemen at once as his raging army swarmed forward, stampeding through those underground tunnels and hallways, crushing all skeleguards who opposed them. In no time at all, somebody had pulled the fire alarm, opening every cell in the place. And so the prisoners all filed out and joined in on the fun. It was the roughest, toughest gang of thugs you ever did lay eyes upon. Humans, orcs, goblins, elves, all those wacky characters. Dwarves, gnomes, centaurs, trolls, and even all the animals got sprung as well. That riotous, rambunctious mob, bolstered by all the most heinous, most violent inmates in the land. They flooded from the Pineville Super Arena like a bursted capillary and painted the town red. Not literally, of course, because the only peeps that mob sought to dismember were of the Skella variety. And so they stormed into Pineville proper and unleashed heck upon the Skeleman populace. Convicts, townsfolk, and fans alike, battling under the same banner, quickly made brothers in arms, kindred bonds stronger than steel formed solely from the respect they held for their champion, King Rah'dny, as they rioted, bashed Skella skulls in, and burned down Skella-man-owned businesses as one. It wasn't just a riot, it was a horde. An unstoppable force of nature which would slice and dice, bash and break, pummel and eviscerate every undead creature in sight. And so they did just that. The kerfuffle continued for 3 straight hours, and by the time they were done, that motley crew had accomplished its macabre mission. For every Skeleman within city limits had been effectively converted into bone dust.
Today, we have liberated this city from its bony oppressors. No longer shall the Lich Queen spawn run amok and make a mockery of this humble burg. No longer shall they sully your town, overpopulate the place, and hike up all the rent. Today, seriously guys, we made a heck of a lot of progress today. Really, I'm touched, but we have more work to do still. For tomorrow, we storm Skullcap Castle. Tomorrow, we bring a swift, permanent end to the Lich Queen's eternal reign. Tomorrow, we liberate all of Yerklin from the thrall of bone and steel. But tonight, let's get fucking wasted!
Skullcap Castle loomed in the middle distance. That obsidian black stone palace surrounded by a thick, purple haze. It sat atop a large, bone-white, skull-shaped mountain, hence the name. And within the innermost sanctum of this geotechnical marvel, sitting cross-legged upon her throne of bones, Umbrali the Lich Queen meditated, sitting upright, motionless, presently in the throes of some wizard acid-fueled Zen state, when all of a sudden her eyes shot open, cut through the darkness of the throne room with their deep purple glow, as her communion with the void came to an abrupt end. That fool really thinks he can pull a fast one on me? On Umbrali the Lich Queen? Well, buddy boy, if it's a war you want, it's a war you're gonna get, you arrogant prick!
You ring?
General Skella Squires, ready to skull eats and all the other stuff. Tomorrow, we wage war.
Wait, what?
I have spoken! Your craven little sneak attack shall be met with fire and fury, my son. All 204,069 of your followers shall be subjected to my wrath. Subjected to a fate befitting the high crime of treason. And the punishment? Let's just say there shall be no survivors next time on the Wizard Scroll. Thanks for tuning in to me screaming about wizards for 20 minutes. If you're still here, odds are that you've enjoyed what you just heard and are stoked for more. Episode 206. This arc's thrilling conclusion is coming real soon to an RSS feed near you. But in the meantime, there's already oodles of content available right this second for your binging pleasure. So if you're new, feel free to check out the story thus far and let me know what you think of the show, either as a review on your podcasting platform of choice or anywhere else on the internet. Real quick, I'd like to give a big epic shout out to my boys Shane and Connor over at the Dungeons and Doobies podcast. If you like my show, you'll definitely be a fan of theirs. The basic premise is that it's short sword and sorcery tales written and performed for one another's amusement. It's a great time, you know, when you're chilling at home, stoned as a cobblestone wall. You want to hear a quick little story or three? Maybe just pop on Dungeons and Doobies and bust a couple lungs with the lads. And until next time, bye-bye.